Okay, hey guys, what's up? Hope you're doing well. I have been kind of putting off filming this update for you. I don't know why. I guess just because I haven't really been able to pin down like what I want to say. After my last update, if you haven't seen that, this will probably make more sense to you if you watched that one first. Since that last video, I've definitely calmed down quite a bit. I'm not as frantic as I felt a few weeks ago. Was that a few weeks ago? Hold on, now I have to know the exact timeline. That was almost a month ago that I uploaded that for you guys. Wow, that's nuts. Honestly, not to be cheesy or cliche or anything, but I really honestly have kind of just felt like I've been taking it a day at a time and trying really hard not to overthink things or overwhelm myself as I tend to most of the time. I wish I would have thought more about where I wanted to start this. I guess as just a general update, about a week after I took Iris into the vet, I got the culture back. She officially has ringworm. I don't think I included that in my first video, but she got the official diagnosis. So she's, poor girl, is still stuck in the bathroom. I try to hang out with her for at least an hour a day. I go in there, I feed her in the morning, and I give her medication in the morning, and then at the end of the day, I go in there and just sit in there for a while, play with her, and just try to give her some sort of interaction. And it's really sad because obviously like you get a new animal and you just want to spend all your time with them, but it's kind of sad because I've kind of had to like emotionally detach from it, because if I think too much about it, if I think about how sad I am that she's stuck in there by herself, then I get really sad and I can't keep being sad. So I just have to live with it and know that eventually it will be over, and keep her in there for as long as I can, until she's better, essentially. And unfortunately, I can't tell her what's going on, but she's doing fine. I mean, honestly, she's getting kind of used to it at this point, so she doesn't really know what she's missing out on. I mean, she's very excited when I go in there at the end of the day. She's very excited to play with me, but other than that, I mean, she sleeps most of the day, she eats, her behavior is totally fine. Like, she's not acting out. Mandy has been the harder of the two, just because we were kind of questioning for a long time whether or not she had it. She wasn't showing any signs immediately, but then I want to say about a week, maybe a little over a week after Iris started her medication, I noticed a spot on Mandy's ear, or in Mandy's ear actually. It was like a crusty like red spot inside one of her ears, and I was really nervous about it because I'm thinking, you know, what else could this be? This is very odd. So I take Mandy in and we decide to not bother culturing her and just give her the medication. So she started on that, and then some more time passed and I noticed another spot where she was losing hair on her other ear, and that kind of signaled to me that like, okay, if I was unsure about the first one, this definitely feels like ringworm. And then now she looks like she even has some spots like on her face, kind of neck area, where it looks like some hair is falling out. So I think it was a little over a week ago I ended up just putting her in my office. I really grappled with that for a long time because I felt really bad about putting Mandy in a room. I guess just because, you know, she's 6 years old, like she's so used to having the house to herself, being able to walk around, being able to lay where she wanted to. And I was trying really hard for some reason to just let her keep her regular life. But in doing so, I was losing my mind and I was having like 0% of my regular life because I was spending all of my time at home cleaning, trying to figure out, you know, where would she have laid, where would she have rubbed her face, especially because it was on her ears and her face, and she likes to rub her face on cabinets and corners of walls, and pretty much literally everything that she can rub her face on, she will rub her face on. And I was kind of going insane just trying to clean carpets and think of places that she could have infected. And, you know, I was just driving myself nuts, and eventually just came to the conclusion, with the help of some other people, that I was going to have to put her in a room. And Ideally, it would have been a bigger space. It would have been somewhere that was easier to clean than my office, because my office has, you know, wall-to-wall carpeting, as do most of the rooms in my house that I can actually shut a door. And at least in my office, I'm there occasionally, so I can be there pretty much every day and just sit in there and work or edit a video or do whatever it is. So at least I can be around her. And she's not super happy, but again, I've kind of had to emotionally detach from it, just because there's not much else I can do if I want to save my own brain, for my own peace of mind. And I know in doing so, she's going to get better more quickly, because I'm able to clean that room better than I am my entire home. And so she'll hopefully improve more quickly. So I think that about covers the cats. As for myself, I would say I'm on the mend. The spots that I got at the beginning of this are definitely clearing up. I've had some new ones pop up here and there, but overall, we're definitely at a point where I think I'm on the upward track of things, which is good. But the biggest change for me has definitely been, I made the decision towards the beginning of this process when I was, you know, shortly after I filmed that first video, when I was just going crazy. I really didn't know how to handle the situation, and I wasn't handling it very well. Just because I have this weird need to be in control of situations, and when things happen that I can't control, or I don't feel like I can adequately control, are just chaotic and are kind of just things that I can't necessarily get a grip on, or I have to be okay with not having 100% grip on. That was a long sentence and I don't know where that was ending. All of this to say, I wasn't handling it well and decided now was the time to go back to therapy. So yeah, I've done that a few times. It's definitely one of those things that I've known for a while I needed to do, or at least for a while I've wanted to go back and do. But it's just been like me avoiding, not so much avoiding, just like not taking the time to officially set it up. So if anything came from this, it was me taking that final step to just call, you know, somebody and set something up and just get it done, instead of mulling over it forever and never doing it. And this has definitely been one of those things where, like, with time, I've gotten a better handle on it, and it's not near as difficult for me or near as overwhelming for me as it was about a month ago. But I still do think it's been helpful for me just to have like an objective perspective, to tell me that, like, yes, this thought process makes sense, but maybe think about it this way, and this is probably a healthier way to think about it and a healthier way to deal with it. And, you know, like, yes, I feel like I need to do this, but if I don't do this, what's the worst that could happen? And changing my thought process, which is something that I needed to do with just having anxiety in general, not just because the situation has popped up. It definitely opened my eyes to notice just how much anxiety plays a role in my day-to-day life and decision making, and behaviors and observations and feelings and all that type of stuff. And I didn't really notice it until something like this happened, where I was overwhelmed and I kind of took it to another level, and I realized that, like, my anxiety will always be around, but I just have to find better ways of dealing with it on a day-to-day basis, so that when big things happen that kind of throw a curveball into my life, I'm better equipped to handle it. It's not a quick process, obviously. I mean, it's changing your entire thought process, the thought process that I've been doing for like 23 years of life. So it's not gonna be quick, and it's something that, you know, I didn't expect to be fixed in a day or a week or a month. This is a long-term thing that just got started. The wheels were set in motion because of ringworm. So my goal at this point is to do as much as I can within reason, while also just trying to figure out why I need to be so in control of situations, and take a step back and just figure out how to be more flexible and more easygoing, and to be okay with not knowing how things are going to turn out. So all I can hope is that sooner rather than later things are back to normal, and this will all be a distant memory at some point. Fingers crossed. So yeah, most of you have just been asking if I'm okay and if I'm doing okay, and the answer is yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm not in the ideal space. I'm not like super happy every day, but I'm getting through it one day at a time. and it's all gonna be fine eventually. I definitely started this process feeling like I was going through it alone, and I don't feel that way anymore. So that's been kind of the biggest realization for me. It's just that, you know, you don't have to go through things by yourself. People are around to help you and are willing to help you and want to help you. I don't really know what else to say. If you have any outstanding questions, just leave them in the comments and I will do my best to respond. I think that's about it for now. I hope you guys are having a great week, and I will see you very soon with another video. Bye!